Alright, so working on the Firetruck. Nothing too interesting, but what we're doing is the wiper blade was missing on this side. And I guess these are aftermarket Anco arms from what I can tell. Anco adjustable. And they had Anco blades on them. I could probably get a refill for that side, but trying to find a blade. Problem is this is 5mm and I think the normal ones are 7 or 8. I think they're 8. You know, anything you buy off the shelf now. And so, wasn't able to find the one on the other side. You probably can't see it, but they're adjustable as well. You can slide them along here. And I got these online. These are Tricos. I could not find an Anco, even though you can still buy these Anco blades or arms. If you look up, you know, this truck, this is the arm it lists for it, but I didn't find the blades for it. But what I did find was Trico Classics. These are 33-122s, 12-inch blade, and they have the 5mm connection here. And the way these work is, I guess you could do it either way. I'm going to do it like this instead of like that. So we're going to put it just like so. And these look like they're stainless. And that should... There we go. And that's locked in. And that should be good. We're hitting the blade on the other side, but let's replace that one and we'll do the same thing. We're gonna, instead of, this one is extended out the other way, and I'm not sure what kind of pattern it's gonna have, but we're gonna try to, if I extended this one, it would push it further over this way. So, and I don't think that's right. You know, if we flip this around like the other side is, and like I said, these are adjustable, you know, that makes it even worse. So, I like it better like this. It puts it more in the center. And we can adjust this if we need to, but let's see if we can leave it centered by just replacing the other side. And I probably would have, if I could have, I mean, this one's kind of rusty and doesn't look the best, but I probably would have left it alone if I could have gotten an Anco. This one's an Anco. And I just kind of wanted them to match. There's slight differences. They mostly look the same, but there are differences. I've not had this one off. There. It's got a little, looks like you push in right here and it releases. So let's get our new one. And what I'll do is I'll just, in the future when I need to replace these, I'll just order new rubbers for them, new blades. Let's see how this does. Probably could use a little bit of adjustment, but we're going to leave it right there for now. Probably could be turned a little bit, but I don't know if I want to mess with that. Let's see if we can easily adjust it and just straighten it up a little bit. multi-tool in my pocket. It's a cheap one. Let's just go to our trusty Swiss Army. Let's see the way these work. There. Still a little bit higher than the other side. There. Make sure it's got little notches. The two pieces line up in little grooves. It's a little bit higher than the other side, but it's in pretty good shape. I think we're going to leave it just like that. I'd have to probably index it down one notch on the arm to make them completely line up. We'll fudge it a little bit there. There we go. Now, hey, now they line up. Alright, so now we got working wiper blades. And the wipers do work on this. So, I didn't want to accidentally bump the switch and scratch up the windshield on the other side with the arm or the blade missing. But now we got functional wiper blades. So I think the next thing we're going to do, we're just kind of doing small repairs. I just JB welded the light at the top. And you can see I got a little setup there steadying it. It's been sitting for a couple hours. We'll see if it's set up and it'll hold. And then I'm going to see if we have working lights on the back, because I'd like to take this thing for another drive. And I haven't checked to see what all lights work in the back. So we need to do that and see, make sure we're good there. I need y'all to let me know if the lights are working. Well, I don't actually see a brake switch. What I see is maybe an air pressure switch. And so I might need air pressure. This thing's been sitting for 2 weeks. I might need air pressure for the brake lights. So let me crank it up and then we'll check again. We know our bulbs are good because this thing uses the same bulb for the brake lights as it does for the blinker, and we've got both blinkers in the back working. So let me crank it up, let air pressure build up, and we'll see then if we have a brake light. And one other thing, the buzzer under the dash is unhooked. So now we've got our buzzer for low air pressure. It sounds awful. May get better once it gets used a little bit. But let's crank this thing up. That's it, y'all. That buzzer not buzzing very well. Cranked up pretty good. I'm gonna have to figure out why the gauges aren't working. They work intermittently. I'm assuming it's a bad connection somewhere. So let me let air pressure build up and then we'll check the brake lights again. I might be shaken to death, but I'm going to show y'all one other thing I found on here. So this is an anti-lock light, and I found this in the truck. And when you put the key in the accessory position, the anti-lock light lights up. That's back in the run position. This thing has a mechanical shut-off. I'm not real sure what the anti-lock is and if it's hooked up correctly. I've just kind of got everything divided up between on and what's the other? Accessory. So when I put it in the accessory position is when that comes on. And so I'm not sure if it then recognizes that something else is turned off. This should be on, and that's on, and so it makes that light up. Because this would be getting power in the on position even though it's hooked up to the accessory side. So I'm not real sure what that is. I don't know. So I'm going to have to do some research on anti-lock on here and figure that out. And we're almost built up air pressure. So let me get the camera back there and we'll see if we got brake lights. Oh, one other thing. I fixed that air leak back here. And we're building up air pressure and our buzzer just went off. But fixed that air leak back there, took the fitting off, and the compression part of the compression fitting, or whatever that is, had a little bit of gunk on it, and I cleaned it off, tightened it back down. It's sealing up now. So no more leak back there. So we don't really have any major leaks, so that's great. So let's see if we got brake lights. So we got brake lights. So the only thing, this thing, all the lights work except for I think 2 of the marker lights up top. I think one of these doesn't work, or they may both work. And then I think one clearance light up front doesn't work. Other than that, I think every light works on this. I don't know if it has reverse lights. So, you know what that means. Well, let's go for a ride.